Next question. Thank you for this series. This gives me a chance to ask what it means that Jesus was God's only begotten Son. Does begotten have another meaning? Well, I believe in Scriptures it has two different meanings. You can open your Bible if you want to. Take me a minute to find it, because I have written down my Bible. The Greek word that carries several definitions. It's in Hebrews 11. Yes, Hebrews 11, verse 17. By faith, Abraham, when he was tried, offered up Isaac. And he that had received the promise offered up his only begotten. Son is added by the translators. His only begotten. See, the word in the Greek, I'll spell it out for you. M-O-N-O-G-E-N-A-C-E. M-O-N-O-G-E-N-A-C-E. Maagenes is the Greek. Maagenes. Now you'll see a different spelling also in the Greek. You can write this down, because this is what you'll see more often. Sometimes I use Greek words that you don't find in your ordinary, everyday Greek dictionaries. And people ask me questions all the time. Well, I don't find it the way that you spell it. Which tells me you're using sources that are more popular to locate online or in a bookstore. It doesn't matter. M-O-N-G-E-N-E-S is what you'll find. M-O-N-G-E-N-E-S. Maagenes. Maagenes, actually. Begotten is the English translation of this Greek word. First definition, and the one that you would attach to this verse in Hebrews 11:17, is being the only one of its kind, with a specific relationship. The second one, what you would find, still the same word, definition, would be found in John 3:16. God sent his only begotten Son verse. That one would carry a definition of being the only one of its kind or class, or unique in his kind. Unique in his kind. When you go to John 3:16, for God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever believeth in him shall not perish but have everlasting life. John uses Maagenes to highlight Jesus as unique of its kind, God's Son, sharing the same divine nature as God. Jesus is God, one and only Son. What does that make us then? Because you hear that we're sons and daughters. Believers, you and me, are God's sons and daughters by adoption. According, if you go to Ephesians, give me a second to find it. I know it's in chapter 1. Yes, chapter 1, verse 5. Having predestinated or decided beforehand us to the adoption of children by Jesus Christ to himself, according to the good pleasure of his will. So, first definition, being the only one of its kind with a specific relationship, which we have with God through Christ. And Jesus being the only one of its kind or class, which makes him unique in kind. There's no other kind like that. And how John uses it to highlight Jesus as uniquely God's Son that shares the same divine nature. That's why Jesus was unique. Born of flesh, but in the divine nature as God. So, hopefully that answers your question on that particular topic. I might do another one or two, but first I want to hear from you. I want to see if anyone's out there. Now, it's starting to get to the point where your emails, your communication to me is slipping. We have 547 people on the text, the daily texts that are sent out. We're averaging between 8 to 10 responses. That's a pretty sad response. And even the faithful have slipped with their email correspondence. You could choose either way, email or text, or make a phone call. But that's slipping. That concerns me. I know everyone is going through life. Everyone is busy. Everyone out there has their own set of trials and tribulations. But you shouldn't be forsaking the stream of communication. By the way, that which goes both ways. If you think about it, I'm talking to you 24/7 on video. I'm texting you just about every day. About once a week, I'm emailing you. And yet, I have to sit here and remind you that you need to communicate to me too. You need to treat this like you would treat your church. You don't go to your church. If you go to church, you walk in, you walk out, you don't say a single word to anyone. Not even a hello or a goodbye. I doubt that very serious. But that's what you're doing to me in this ministry. And when you bring me to this place, which I despise, it makes me wonder, if people don't want the text or don't want the emails, fine. Your non-response is telling me that you don't want it. Out of 540 people on the text list, 8 to 10 people? What's the percent? Well, 500, 10% would be 50. 5% would be 25. 2.5% would be 12 and a half. We're not even doing that. I got some people that are gooses in a new day that come about, check in once in a while, and they happen to check when I'm dealing with this situation, and they always think, well, I'm always in a bad mood or cranky. No, it just tells me that you're not involved in the spiritual fight that we are in concerning this ministry. That's all I'm going to say about that. And I want to hear from you.